Welcome back to the base.
Welcome back to the basement yard. Frankie, how's it going, man?
Oh, hanging, banging, dog.
I know. Frankie Jackson just told me before we turned the cameras on that he's turned on by black males.
Hold on. Hold on.
That's what you said.
No, that's not. I said, and I quote, I'm turned on by black male. Like if Josh.
So one black man.
Like, for instance.
Which
like,
guy?
If we were to say something like just like stupidly offensive.
Yeah.
And like Josh were to like cut it and clip it and hold it, he would have blackmail on me, and that kind of, makes me a little horny.
For him? Or the danger?
The danger.
You like being in danger?
I guess. I mean, I didn't think about it until right now, but I guess I do.
I feel like there is some sort of correlation between danger and like being horny, because you ever play like hide and seek and you're hiding and you're like, yo, I have a weird tingly feeling in my penis.
Dude, anytime I've played hide and seek, I have to pee the whole time.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, I'm excited.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where I'm hiding, when I'm hiding. I could have just, emptied my bowels minutes before, and I gotta pee.
That's not your bowels.
The front bowels.
Yeah, okay.
The front parts.
Your bladder?
That one.
Okay.
That one.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, so.
Like sometimes when you get excited, you're just like, ooh, my penis feels tingly.
Dude, did you ever... I kind of understand. You know those people that, like, fuck roller coasters and shit like that? I kind of understand that,
We're going to stop. We're going to back up. You're going to go, who? What?
You never heard about those people?
They fuck a roller coaster?
Yeah, like they'll like lay under roller coasters and like fuck them, like finger themselves or jerk off while touching a pipe or some shit.
I've actually seen the guy who kisses his car.
That's what I'm saying. It's like objectivism or some shit like that, like objectism or
yeah.
like.
I saw him like laying under his car and like kissing like the bumper, and then the guy, he was like, yeah, sometimes I sit in the back seat and I just like crank it. And I'm like, damn, dude, that's horny.
There was one that I saw. This lady was like. She, like, walks up to a roller coaster and starts, like, giggling. They're like, what are you thinking about? She's like, I can't tell you. And, like, this girl's just full-on horny for this fucking roller coaster.
Must see King the Con and just be like, oh.
Dude, and then she starts, like, taking, like, the grease and, like...
Okay, wait.
Sniffing it and shit like that.
She sniffs the
She's
grease?
so fucking horny for the grease.
That's so awesome. Good for her.
But, like, I kind of understand that, because you ever been on a roller coaster and, like, you're going over bumpies? And it's like...
Yeah, but I never get horny.
You don't know what it is, though.
I know it's not horny.
No, you don't.
Also, for someone like that, when you go to Six Flags, and like that must be just like seeing your wife just get torn apart by 1,000 men.
But people are into that, too. That's what I'm saying.
You're a cuckold?
They're into, like, they're being a cuck for a roller coaster.
That's...
Just, like, watching fucking...
That's a bukkake.
Just watching El Toro just get fucking rode on by a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Like Spanish roller coasters. El Toro. Just get fucking torn up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're just watching, you're just like, oh, shit, man. Like, that's fucking...
Things going pretty fast.
That's got to be, like, the most intense, like, orgasm you can have. If you're attracted to a roller coaster and you're going on it, like, can you imagine that fucking drop? And you're just fucking...
Yeah.
Just coming the whole way down?
Yeah. I don't think those people should be allowed in Six Flags, though. You can't be that horny.
Imagine doing that, like riding it, and there are like kids next to you.
Or also, that's weird. Is it illegal to be like, hey man, you're fucking my roller coaster?
Yeah, like little kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is it illegal to be horny in the vicinity of kids? Like, I always think about that.
Just to be horny. No, I think it's the action is what's illegal, of being like, I'm just going to like get hard. Like, I think you have a responsibility as a man that if you're horny around children, you got to hide that bone.
Yeah, but
like a dog, hide your bone.
That's tough. It's tough.
It's not tough. You just kind of like dip it down, or you start walking around like this. At an angle. You know?
Oh man.
You've done that. The other day I had to pee with a raging bone. I don't even know why.
Dude, I can't tell you how difficult it is sometimes. Well, Becca and I will be fast asleep in the morning, and Miles will jump into bed with us. And it's like, dude, chill. Take it easy.
Yeah, dude, I got a thing going on.
And, like, he always, like, cuddles with her, like, not me.
Thank God.
Because, like, men in the morning, we're half-staffed, cock-barreled, ready to load it to go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude.
We're ready, we're militiaed out.
Pitching a tent in there.
Dude, it is a fucking full-on,
it's
musket.
It's a yurt. It's a yurt.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But, like, He needs to be careful. You know what I mean? Like, and I need to be careful too, because one day he might jump in and just fucking just kick me right in the bonesy.
Yeah, dude, and that, that would scar him, and you'd probably get an actual scar on you.
Yeah, I probably would. Dude,
get
he's
hurt.
legit kicked me in the balls like multiple times.
Jesus.
Like we like wrestle, and I told you one day he like hit me with like a step up enziguri, but like stepped on my dick and balls, and then just fucking just kicked me right in the cheek.
Oh man, what were we just talking about?
Roller coaster fucks.
Yeah, but after that we went somewhere, and I had something to say, and then I forgot.
About being horny around kids.
Oh yeah, being horny around kids. So you gotta hide your boner. But that's what I was talking about the other day. I had a rage. You know when you have like every once in a while you get a boner and you're like, this thing is just out of control. It's like this is concerning, you know? And sometimes it's just like, it feels like there's like a force field around your penis and you're like, I can't even fight
Nothing
this thing.
you can do.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's just time. Time will heal all, You know
when that would happen to me? When I was in middle school, I was driven to school almost every day by our friend's dad.
Yo, the road gets me horny like nothing else.
I would have massive, well, not, appropriately sized.
Yeah.
Realistically sized.
Yeah.
But just like,
yeah.
You could cut through fucking Valerian steel with this shit.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Dude, I don't know why that is. I think it's like the bumps. And it became this game for me. Like, I'm on the bus, like, going to school. And, like, every time we hit a bump, my dick's, like, pulsating.
Really?
Yeah, like, every time we hit a bump. So I'm, like, trying so hard to, like, hit a bump and not, like, how you like, throb your dick, kind of? So, like, I try so hard not to do that. But it gets me every time.
Dude, this is what's fucked up about cars is that they're made to have sex with. And you just, like, no one can...
back up and unpack that? What do you mean? Like,
big tailpipe in the back. Big-ass warm hole. And then you get in there and the whole fucking thing is vibrating.
But it's not nice.
You don't know. You ever done it?
No.
Bingo, exactly. That's what I'm saying. These things are made to have sex with. And then we're meant to be put in them and not be horny the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, they gotta start figuring it out. Make a car that doesn't vibrate. Make a car that doesn't look juicy as all hell. You know what I mean? Like, you see a Volkswagen Beetle pull up, poof, that thing's got a dragon behind that back caboose.
I think that we have different views of cars.
I mean, I'm not attracted to cars, but let's be honest. If there was any object you're gonna start taking down, it's a car.
I mean, no, I do some other stuff.
Like who?
I mean, like, socks and like, Also, not for anything. Like,
first of all, I don't think that's a saying.
No. Like you're saying, like cars.
No,
or whatever.
not for anything. That's what I was saying.
Did I say not for anything?
Yeah, you were like not for anything.
No, not for nothing. No, but I was gonna say, like, if you had to, like, start, like, eventually, at first you would just probably start with like animals before you went to cars. Josh, edit that out.
What, the car thing?
No, like animals. I'm saying you would bang animals before anything. That's how AIDS started, isn't it?
Gotcha. Yeah,
someone
sure.
slammed a monkey, and now
someone
here we
just
are.
went to town on a monkey in like fucking 1981, and now here we are. Yeah, I mean animals are hot, but like they're not.
Go ahead. No, just in case. I'll get it out.
I'm just saying, like, if something tells me, like, I would be more inclined to take down a car than an animal. You know what I mean? Because the car doesn't.
I want to stop. I don't know what you mean.
Why not?
Because animals are way more like.
Exactly. You would feel a lot worse having sex with an animal than a car.
I would. You know what? Now that you just said that, I don't know which I would rather be caught doing. Because like, if
forget about being caught. Your dog Charlie. You're fucking behind him, and you're just going to town.
Oh, that's my son.
Okay.
Pick a random dog.
Okay. All right. Chase. You're just.
That's my other dog.
All right. Finn.
That's my cousin's dog.
So not your dog though.
Okay.
You're just behind Finn.
Come on.
And he looks back and gives you this.
Frankie, stop it.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
What's the worst a car can do? Fucking
start. You can start up, and then I got no more dick.
No more dick.
Yeah,
You're not fucking the engine and the fucking turbines. I don't know what cars have. Turbines.
They're fucking plane.
Yeah, you're hitting up the tailpipe.
I know, but the last smoke is blowing into my pee hole.
Smoke? You're driving a car from 2010 at least, not fucking 1968.
Oh, I mean, we're talking about banging hybrids. So I could get an electric charge in there.
There you go.
That's not good.
That's not bad.
But it's not good.
It's not
Not
bad.
healthy is what the word I wanted to use.
Why? You get a jolt in your junk? That's
Yeah.
a fucking good old day,
Dude, I
That's
don't
what.
know.
That's I'm pretty sure that's what horny goat weed. People bottle that shit and sell it all the time.
I feel like if you get a jolt in you, then it could rewire some stuff, and you could like learn a new language, and you wouldn't
That's
know
awesome. That's great.
Yeah, but you would probably forget English.
So what do we do? What
Am I gonna do if I'm just speaking French and nothing else? I can't do anything.
First of all, that would make you eons hotter. We all know that, and we all agree with that.
I honestly don't get why people think French is hot. To me, it sounds dumb.
Dude, Becca told me that the hottest accent she knows is the Boston accent, and I wanted to fucking kill myself.
Listen, I would never speak badly about her in my life, but I want you to know that she's a disgusting freak.
I
now.
have to leave her now.
Yeah.
I have to.
She said that's the hottest accent.
She was like, "Oh, I find it." She maybe not have said the hottest, but she was like, "It's so sexy." I'm like, "What?"
That's insanity.
Like what? Like, hey, sweetie,
Sweetheart.
sweetheart, why don't you park that caboose over at my lap?
Dude, I don't know why. I feel like everyone feels the opposite.
I hope so. I want to make sure the world knows that she's psychotic in that opinion.
Yeah,
But-
I'm not a big French guy because it's like it all sounds like you know, it does.
I hate fucking Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese in particular.
I mean, I've never. I don't.
Dude, I dated a Brazilian girl years ago.
Yeah,
And
I cannot wait to hear this.
it's like when she would speak Portuguese, it was like Spanish, but also like Russian. So she'd be like,
Russian is sharp.
Russian is like, oh, you do.
No, that's when they're speaking English.
No, that is here.
There's a lot of K's and like V's. I feel like.
Is there That's yeah, but like British, Brazilian Portuguese was like a mesh of the two.
Nice.
It was Spanish and Russian, so it was like, what are you doing? So she'd be like, I estou bem, but estou and I'm like, what? How does anyone find this even fucking remotely attractive?
I don't know.
And then you have like,
To be fair though, like, what language do you think is like the most attractive?
I think Spanish.
Yeah, I think Spanish is too.
like there is here.
I think Spanish is it sounds really good too. I think that Russian, English, and I don't know. Russian and English to me are like ugly.
English like American or
Yeah.
English like, oh, okay.
No, American English is like not great, I don't think.
There are certain like accents.
It doesn't sound like poetic. Like other languages like sound like Spanish sounds like, you know. I mean, when you say it like that.
That's what I'm saying, though. But there
You're also speaking English.
But listen to what I'm saying. Like, it's not about like English is all the wordplay.
Like Italian sounds really nice too.
Yes, but Italian, it's the accent that you hear. It's not necessarily the wordplay. With English, it's the wordplay. Someone can go up with you and be like, recite some fucking English poem, and it's like whatever. You're speaking like this. You know what I mean? But like when someone does it in Spanish, in English, they'll be like, I need to tell you. Like, you have that timbre, yes? You're here. And I like French.
I don't hate any language, but it just,
I don't hate any language. But the one that I cannot see people speaking sexy in is like Australian.
No, I could hear that.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it would be aggressive sexy.
That's where I think they live all the time.
No, Australians, like, I think, like, in the bedroom, they, like, they love calling people cunts.
No,
and,
that's
like,
the
talking
British.
about their cunts. Well, them too. No.
Really?
Yeah, no, they cunt a lot.
I feel like it's all mate with them. So
It's-
they'll be
it's
like,
mate.
good eye.
Good eye.
Good on ya.
Good on your cunt. Good eye.
Just fucking, they just fucking, they're done with them. Good on ya. That's what they do.
Good sex.
Yeah. Way to go. Good pump. They sound like that all the time.
Oh my god.
All the time.
Some some Australian girl that I know, she told me that there's a saying. What do you think this means? I'm not here to fuck spiders. That's what it is.
Oh, well, obviously that means like I'm not here to get into trouble.
No, it means I'm not here to like fuck around. Like I'm dead
kinda
serious.
Close. I'm kind of close.
You know what I mean?
I'm not here to fuck. What?
I don't think anyone's here to fuck spiders. You know what
Let's
I
make
mean?
it very clear. No one is here to fuck spiders.
You know what I mean? Even when I'm messing around, I'm not here. To
No
fuck-
one wants to.
I still don't want to fuck spiders.
Forget about like they wouldn't want to, but they also wouldn't be able to.
Pick any other thing.
Literally.
Spiders.
I ain't here to fuck a penguin. Like that would make more sense. Like, oh, okay. Like you're not here to fuck around. No penguins for you. That's how I believe every Australian speaks, just with a fist at them, you know? Yeah. No. Everything they say includes the fist.
Oh no.
What was that?
I don't know.
Make the call.
Call the Australian Prime Minister? What do they got over
What
there?
the fuck? They got a president, a prime minister. They got it all.
You know,
They got a king.
Can we just? Yeah, you got a czar. What the fuck's going on?
But yeah, no. I think the French could be a little sexy.
Like, oh, well, here,
Yeah, I'm like, what am I talking to? A skunk? You know,
Yeah,
I'm just like,
but that's where it came from. Like people, I guess, thought Pepe Le Pew was sexy, so now they're just all about French.
no, that dude was a rapist.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, like he's.
That cat was in for trouble.
I thought it was also a skunk.
No, it was a skunk who thought it was a skunk, but it was a cat. Pepe Le Pew was the skunk.
Yeah.
The girl was a cat.
Oh.
That's why she didn't like him, because he stunk. That's what I'm saying.
Jesus Christ.
While we got the downtime, though, you guys can check out the Patreon. Go to patreon.com/thebasementyard to get every single weekly episode that you are watching right now. Every week, you get it a week in advance. And you get exclusive content that people don't get access to, which the Tape Suit episode, we're gonna be doing the One Chip Challenge pretty soon since we hit 5,000. So make sure you check it out. Again, that's patreon.com/thebasementyard. It's worth it. Thank you to all the people that are already patrons. Tell your friends, tell your parents. Don't tell your kids. We don't want to get in trouble. Don't tell. We don't want to watch.
But I wanted to talk to you about this thing because I was like going back and forth with people on Twitter about it, like the Harry Styles. If people don't know, Harry Styles wore a dress on the cover of Vogue magazine. I believe it was like the first time that a man was on it, or something like that.
I don't know. I don't subscribe to Vogue.
Me neither. But so he wore a dress. Obviously, Harry Styles in the past has like at the Met Gala, like the dude was like he had some like fucking halter type top shit. I don't even know what a halter top is. But
It's a woman one.
yeah, so he just he likes to dabble
Yeah.
in the closet. Not that one. I don't know actually.
Maybe he is in the closet
maybe
a
he's
little bit.
smooching boys, which go crazy, smooching boys.
Fucking awesome.
But yeah, so he wore it, and people were freaking out that it was like an attack on masculinity, which I just found like hilarious. And the one tweet that I like started this whole thing, I think it was Candace Owens. You said, "There's no society that can survive without strong men. The East knows this. In the West, the steady femininization of our men at the same time that Marxism is being taught to our children is not a coincidence. It is an outright attack. Bring back manly men." Right? So that's what she says. Immediately, I go, oh, stretch! Stretch! Such a stretch.
Bit of a stretch, yeah.
Yeah, like, what are we talking about? Like, it just makes me so upset when people, like, yo, you're unbearable to be around. You know what I mean? Like, people were like, to me, that interpretation is kind of like when you're at the bar with your friend, and I'm like, oh, you want a beer? And you go, instead of just being like, yeah, I'll have a beer, like we're watching the game, and you're just like, that the Germans like invented beer, and they've like been putting stuff in the beer,
Dude.
and like it's a conspiracy.
Just
And I'm like,
fucking-
shut
up.
beer!
Just take the beer.
Yeah.
These conspiracy theorists are getting out of fucking hand.
I honestly don't even care if you're right. Just shut up.
There's like a certain, like, you know the saying, like, ignorance is bliss? Like, sometimes you want to just live in it. And listen, maybe our world is controlled by fucking lizard overlords. Maybe, but guess what? I don't care.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, life is not great for a lot of people, but that's not, figuring out the lizards are there ain't going to change it.
Yeah. And also, like, if lizards are running the world, right? We're saying that. We have to say
Yeah,
that.
I know.
If there's lizard overlords, what is this, Halo? What is that?
It's exactly.
So a lizard overlord, if they're running the world, and we go, yo, it's the same thing with flat Earth. The Earth is flat, and they go, yep, it is. And then you go, okay.
what are you going to do?
What
are you going to do?
We're still with the lizards.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out with
There's nothing-
lizards.
I don't understand what world people look at that and, like, they're like, this is masculinity is under attack.
It's
Like,
a
really?
joke. You know,
Like,
it's not.
fucking shut up. First of all, no one gives a shit about your masculinity. Second of all, what people are considering to be toxic masculinity were centuries of men just beating the ever-living dog shit out of women. So, like, if you're saying bring back manly men, it's like, yeah, bring back an oppressive society that fucking doesn't value women's rights or bodies.
Not only that, but it means nothing to be wearing a dress. Like, yo, listen, bring back manly men. Who's the Rock is like what? The manliest man?
He's pretty manly.
You put a dress on him, guess what? What happens to him? Nothing.
He's still the Rock.
He's still the Rock. He's wearing
still-
a dress.
he's-
He might be a little less mobile in there, depending on the size of it.
that's right.
But if he gets the size and he gets a tailored dress, he's still the Rock. He can still kick the
Well,
shit
guess
out of
what? We'll figure out how to make dresses more mobile once men start wearing them.
I'll wear a dress right fucking now.
Every
dude,
man should-
and then fuck you up. Oh, you know what I'm
Every
saying?
man should understand what it feels like to wear a dress and have it blown up by a fucking grate. You know what I mean? Do the Marilyn Monroe,
I don't think so. But I will say this. I'm not into dresses. Like, I'm not gonna wear a dress. And yes, maybe like I'm not gonna pretend also that dresses aren't a feminine item of clothing. They are. Is it manly? Whatever the hell that word means. I'll even be on your side and be like, nah, not really manly. But does that make the person not manly? No.
But not
It's
even
close.
But not even just that. Does that mean that a person wearing a dress attacks your ability to be the person that you want to be? No.
But like she
Just because, look, I wouldn't wear personally. I'm not going out wearing a dress. Why? Because I don't want to.
I also can't pull it off, man.
Yeah,
You think it's Harry Styles' fault that he looks good and everything?
dude? This
Fuck.
guy's so fucking hot.
Honestly, the only problem that I have with this whole thing is that Harry Styles is so fucking hot that he could pull off anything, and now he's just rubbing it in my face. Like, I'll even put a dress on, I still look better than you. Fuck you.
He set up a really, really, really high standard for me personally. I've been told I look like him once or twice, and now I feel like in order to really sit there and align with what people believe is good looking, I need to wear a dress, which I don't want to do. But guess what? Just because I don't want to wear a dress doesn't mean that it makes the person any less of a person. Maybe. Here's a concept. Maybe the idea of someone having the fucking bravery to go outside and wear whatever the fuck they want is more admirable than men that are sitting there jerking off with fucking sandpaper and corn in one hand and beans in the other, singing fucking Hi Ho Silver. Maybe one of those is a lot cooler than the other.
Singing Hi Ho Silver.
You know? Like, fucking calm down, everyone.
I know what you mean. And, like, I'll be honest with you, right? Like, forget about the idea, because I know a lot of people go online and they go, you know, it's actually more manly to, you know, wear whatever you want and do this. And, like, I'm not even talking about that. Like, I know that's a thing that people say, and, like, I don't even know where I stand on that. Like, whatever. I just don't care. Like, whatever you want to wear whatever you want to wear. It means nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that has no effect on whether you're manly or feminine or whatever you want. I don't care. Dudes are out here painting their nails, doing whatever, things that were traditionally just for women. But it's like, that doesn't do anything to a person's character or who they are as a person. You're pressed because a dude's wearing a dress to the point where you go on. I'll tell you what's not manly. Whining on the internet that your masculinity is under attack. Do you know how dramatic that is?
The irony that it's like, we're us men?
You're wearing a dress, dude? Like, we're supposed to, we're not gonna be.
Dude, shut up.
Dude, how about the founding fathers of this country used to wear makeup, wigs, and fucking clogs,
And there's no doubt in my mind
petticoats,
that they were probably some of the gayest people in history.
giving each
they
other
hid it.
syphilis?
Dude, they loved being gay probably. George Washington saw Tommy Jeffy once, and it was fucking go time.
It was ready to go.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know?
The British are coming.
Like, that's what Paul Revere was riding through. They didn't tell you who else was on that horse with him. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. The idea that just because something doesn't line up with what your opinion something is means that it's under attack is fucking insane.
Also, you want to hear about manly men? Might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure. I know, I'm just going to generalize. Ancient Greeks, nailing boys.
Dude, Spartans? Everyone wants to sit there, watch Gerard Butler and 300.
And you're like, yo, these guys are gangster. They were nailing
They were
boys.
so gay. They were the gayest.
Yeah.
They're literally...
Unless that's less feminine than wearing a dress.
I remember when I was in my Marxist history class, and I remember it was literally, we were going over world history, and it was like, in order to be a Spartan warrior, you needed to be like you needed to be another warrior's bitch.
Yeah, a little bitch boy.
Dude,
A little bitch butt boy.
a big old bitch butt boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so people are sitting there and they're like, Spartans, ahoo! The ahoo came from the, the back. That's what I'm saying. Like, everyone fucking chill.
Yeah, I just think it's ridiculous, dude. My whole point is this, dude. Like, people, especially like, and this is not the first time that people like dudes are wearing like dresses and shit. Someone was sending me like Brad Pitt had wore a dress on the cover of some magazine. I don't know what it was. Mick Jagger, I thought was a woman until my early 20s.
Dude,
Steven Tyler, that's someone's grandma.
that's
let's
a
be
woman.
honest.
Let's be honest. One of my favorite musicians of all time was the king of being androgynous, and that was fucking David Bowie. Dude, David
Yeah.
Bowie was out there, lipstick, and just probably just crushing pee-pees.
Yeah.
But also made some of the greatest music that these people still listen to. You know what it is, Joey? There's a certain classification of people that I have that just need to just chill, and I call them the Cheers folk. Okay, it's the men that are now in their 60s and late 60s, late 50s, between those two ages, that just love the show Cheers. So they sit at the bar and all they do, hey, you worried about this guy wearing a dress, huh? Guess you can't be a guy no more.
But imagine being so scared that like masculinity is under attack. And I love it's just like the East knows this. It's like, dude, who fucking gives a shit? Like, how does that even make any sort of sense? Like, there's just no correlation. Like, I just think it's such a stretch, and it's such like a unnecessary point of view to have. Like, it would be one thing if like I don't even know. Like, I don't see a correlation between how people dress and like their masculinity or like whatever the fuck. But let's just say hypothetically that all of a sudden there was this thing sweeping the nation where men were now just wearing dresses were in style.
Well,
What does that mean?
The
Like, does
thing
that
is,
mean
too, is that we're also basing this off of other like countries that do have forms of toxic masculinity. Because that's really what it comes down to, is when people are saying like, let's bring back manly men. Unfortunately, tied with manly men are forms of toxic masculinity, which have led this country to devalue fucking women, the gays, the trans community, fucking anyone, LGBTQ, any unprotected class. So that toxic masculinity doesn't just exist here. It also exists in these other countries that you're saying the East are laughing at us. You know what I mean? There are other countries that do celebrate people that choose to, there's such a small like example of it, but like look at Korea, look at K-pop, look at BTS. They're basically chicks. But everyone loves them.
you're gonna get killed for that?
I know. No, I love them. BTS is awesome.
Dynamite? It's a bang.
That's what I'm saying. Cool. But what I'm saying is like, look at them. They're not conforming to this idea of manly men, but they're celebrated, and that's how it should be.
I just like don't see the I don't know, man.
The
Like,
correlation.
yeah, there is no correlation for me. It just doesn't make sense. And like, I'm not even coming from a point of view of being like, everyone should do what they want to. Like, I'm not even being like all like Disney and whatever, even though I do feel that way. But like, I'm not even coming at from that point of view. The irony of going on Twitter and being like, I'm under attack is just, that's not manly. But you're like I just.
Also, here's a concept. Can both things exist and be okay? Yeah. Could we put two people in a room? One looks like Nick Offerman, the other looks like David Bowie, and just be fine with both of them? There's an idea. Why does it need to be one or the other?
They're so afraid that everyone, like, think about this logic, right? With that logic from that tweet, you think because Harry Styles wears a dress on the cover of Vogue magazine that eventually people are going to be inspired by that, and then guys are going to be like, I want to wear dresses too, and then all the men are going to wear dresses, and then the rest of the world's going to laugh at us because all of our men are in dresses.
First of all, he's not American.
All of our women don't even wear dresses.
He's from the England. He's not even American.
The England.
Yeah. He's not even the American. He's the English.
It's a American magazine.
But who gives, like...
I know. It's just, I don't really get it. It's just like, and that's what it is. I think that it's such a stretch for a reason. Like, people like that just are unbearable to me. It's like, this is so simple. This has been around. People have been doing this. Like, we just named all these like rock stars that are like in the same industry as him and from fucking like Mick Jagger and shit are like, what is the difference between them? They're the same people to me.
They're all English. David Bowie, Mick Jagger, Harry Styles.
And they could pull it off for whatever reason. They can.
They crush it. Freddie Mercury wasn't wearing a dress, but crushed that mustache.
That dude was, yeah.
Crushed that mustache. I have such
And that mustache got crushed.
I have such an issue with people that believe because it doesn't line up with their own personal beliefs, it is trying to do away with them. Like, there is a place in the world for every point of view in terms of how you want to dress, how you want to look, how you want to carry yourself. That is fine. Just because it does not conform to what you believe you want to do does not mean that you are being attacked or criticized for not doing it. Dude, look at me. I've never worn a dress in my life. Outside of Joey criticizing me for wearing Hawaiian shirts, I have never been criticized for not wearing a dress. Or anything for that matter. You know what I'm saying? Except for that one time I wore fucking, tighty whities into my adult years. But outside of that, like, no one gives a fuck. And you shouldn't either. Yeah. Just because you sit on a bus next to someone that's wearing a dress and they're a man doesn't mean like you're less of a person or anything about you is gonna fucking be forced to change. Do your thing.
Yeah, and it's like, and my thing too is just, especially now, like with this past year with the election and everything, like everyone is just so extreme and it's just so fucking annoying.
Let's be very clear about something too. Also, the other end. Because in this regard, we're talking about political spectrum here. We're talking about the far left. We're also talking about the far right. People that are super liberal, they could suck a fucker too.
Back to you mix that up.
Suck a fucker?
No.
I said what I.
The liberals are the far left.
What I'm saying like both are like the people that wanted to cancel Baby Yoda for eating a fucking egg in a show.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up,
dude.
You stupid.
You
bitch.
stupid idiot.
Shut up.
What is wrong with you?
It's so like that shit is so like people are so extreme. And, like, that's why, like, the cancel culture thing is, like, it's terrifying because you want everyone to be inclusive and you want everyone to be whatever because I'm, like, super liberal. And all that really means to me is that I want everyone to have a fair shot and everyone to, like, live in harmony. But it's not, like, an attack on people that have made mistakes. Like, when people bring up old tweets of these, like, celebrities – or some kid gets drafted in the NBA draft and they pull up a tweet from 2006 when he was 13 years old.
And it says, I love titties.
Or he says like...
First of all, awesome tweet.
He says something like homophobic or some shit, but not even like directed towards gay people. Just like... fucking, I don't even know, LeBron James is a gay or something. Like, the problematic... And it's like... You also have to understand this too, right? Different world back then in like 2006... than it is now. And it's just like I compare things like that to smoking. Now it's different when if someone in 2006 like had tweeted stuff like that like multiple times and then like there was like hate behind it. Like that's different, like having a viewpoint in that way. But I also believe that people can like change their point of view. But like with smoke, I compare it to smoking in that people used to smoke all the time. They would smoke indoors, on planes, in front of babies, like blow it into their lungs and shit. And then you got all this education about what's wrong with that, and like it kills people or whatever. And now people who smoke, like the number is so small comparative to that.
If we were all held at the standard,
and my point was like in 2006, around that time, there wasn't this like liberal boom of people who were educating. Like, no, actually, when you use that word, it's like super offensive, and it doesn't even matter like the intent behind the word. It's offensive to me to hear that word. So you change. You go, oh yeah, of course. Like I don't want to do that. But
it also has to do with
education.
political mindset too. Like we can't be judging people. And listen, like full on believe like the founding fathers of this nation, the United States, like they did some incredible things. However, there were blemishes on their record. But I'm looking at that through the mindset of my 2020 political opinion. You know what I mean? Like unfortunately back then political opinion was very, very different. And if we consistently hold each and every single one of us to the same opinion that we have now, to what we were doing and saying when we were fucking 12, 13, 14, or, old people that are older, 20, 25, that's stupid. That's very stupid.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like, it shouldn't be like everyone should be perfect. If you say, dude, if you bring up, I tweeted about this the other day, let's hope MySpace is dead and gone forever. Because I said and did things that were really fucking stupid. And what happens is through time, as you realize those things are stupid and you realize they're wrong, you get the opportunity to become a better person. Now, if you're held to the standard at which, 12-year-old Frankie said this, like, we're all fucked. We're all fucked.
Yeah, and it just doesn't make sense to do that because, like I said, like people change. You you give people time to figure it out and become adults and like do whatever. Now, with that being said, it is totally different than just like saying things and using like the word like, oh man, that's so gay. And it's different than like beating up gay people or like saying like calling a gay person like, yo, you're a faggot. You know, like that's different. Like that is like obvious hate, but misusing words and just like because it's whatever. Like people were saying these things in movies and on TV. And
fucking dude, I watched The Hangover the other day.
Yeah.
Have you seen it recently? Paging
No.
Doc. Like,
Paging Doc.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's all like even and that's only what 10 years old, 11 years old.
So it's just different. And then when the change happens, then you go like, you know, you understand, you know, that these things are offensive and whatever. And then you don't say those things anymore, and you act accordingly. You know, it's just, I don't know. So the point of that whole thing just being like going back in time on purpose to try and just bring people down is dangerous, because eventually you get to the point where you are just, it becomes a crazy amount of censorship, right? So if you're constantly attacking people for like things they've said in the past, or like every little thing, like hanging on to these little things, then eventually people are just not going to talk to you, or they're just going to be weird. Like everyone's interaction is going to be like when the media is asking like players in the NBA, like after a game, like how it went. Like we know what they're going to say, like, oh, you know, we fought tough and like whatever. They're giving the political answer, like, because they can't be like, yo, fuck that, fuck them. Like they cheated and like this guy's a bitch, and like they can't say that because they're representing this organization, whatever. So they give this like very political answer, and we hear the same things over and over again, like, yo, yeah, we worked as a team tonight, we're thankful, whatever. Eventually that's what it's going to be, like communication between people. But if you want to keep it authentic, you can't bring people down for every little thing. Like you really have to look at the intent behind their words and the reason why they're saying it, and being whatever. An example, recently, one of our friends who's Spanish, he works for this company, and he said that he handed something to his boss that, you know, she needed, and she goes, oh, gracias. And then immediately she was like, oh my God, I'm not saying that because you're Spanish. And he was just like, what the fuck? Like, that's not a world that I want to live in. That like she feels like I have to apologize because I said gracias to a Spanish person. You know, it's like it's not you're being offensive. You're just using a Spanish word to a Spanish person. It's like, now I feel like I have to apologize. Like that to me is so extreme. And it's like, if you can't understand that this woman wasn't being offensive, it would be different if she was like, oh yeah, thanks Frank, enjoy your burrito, and you know, like whatever, like going crazy with it and like doing crazy shit like that. But it's different if just being like, oh, you know, gracias. Like white people love saying gracias.
Dude, people love saying gracias.
Yeah, you know? So it's like,
the real funny, the real comedians, gracias.
I definitely have done that in the
I know
past.
you have, you fucking geek. No, but you're right. I mean, there's really not much more I can add to that, because people like, and that's the thing that bothers me about cancel culture. I was having this conversation with a family member not long ago. It's like, if like the whole like, because it's like cancel culture. Yes, let's get these people out of there. Yes, you should get people out of there that have fucking the Weinsteins of the world, the Cosbys of the world, that have fucking done criminal acts that are just irreprehensible.
Yeah,
and,
obviously we're not talking about that. Like
Yeah.
the whole Me Too movement, get them all out.
But like Kevin Hart being, you know, stepping down from hosting the Oscars because in 2010 he said something was gay or something like that. Like that's the level at which if we're gonna hold people to, you yourself, fuck you. Like hold yourself to that same standard, because it is completely impossible. There is a level of human error. To err is human, and that's true. And you need to understand that in every single point in life, people are gonna fuck up, and you need to. It's not about them fucking up. It's about them taking the opportunity to, on the back end, do something to make up for it.
Not only that, but also our generation, which when we were growing up, we didn't have the internet. There was no social media or any of that. And then you get these tools and you don't realize the power of what these things are going to become.
Dude.
And what the severity of putting your words out there and like whatever you could say and like what could happen. So people recklessly were just saying whatever.
It was the first time in human history that they felt they could say whatever to whoever and not fucking like there's no repercussion.
But they didn't think anyone was like watching.
That's
or
what I'm
saying
saying,
anything,
yeah.
you know, whatever. Like it's just different. Like even like a joke that I would say to you about you, I wouldn't say in public because people would misconstrue that or they would take it out of context. Like you get it because it's just me and you. But like people to see that just in public, it would be different. But we didn't know what was going on at the time. So like now maybe it's a little different because kids are growing up immediately with social media and they know like the impact of it and like this and that. But it wasn't until, you know, we were getting out of college, well, you were getting out of college, that you started to realize like, oh, I have to go back in my social media and like take down pictures of me drinking because people are going to look at it.
Dude, like I can't tell you, like there was something in college I went to. I don't think it's around anymore, but it was called the Tolerance Museum, and basically the whole thing was about how words can really fucking hurt people.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't realize you get into college. Dude, I got into college, everything fucking gay. Like that's like it was not only what we were around, but also a lack of awareness for the LGBTQ plus community. Like I didn't have it. But then when you take the time to realize that like why words mean something, like when you understand that gay and fag and all those like derogatory terms were used literally when fucking gay people were being, not just anyone in that protected, the LGBTQ plus community were being fucking dragged and killed and murdered and fucking beaten and hanged because of who they were. Why those words bring back those fucking feelings? Like, oh, all right, it makes sense. Maybe not use it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Easy decision.
Very, very easy decision. But then again, it's also about like you need to understand your fucking audience, and you need to understand like who you're censoring in front of, what you're censoring, and to what extent you're censoring. Because I guarantee the way that I speak to the rest of the general public, I know the way I speak to the general public is not the way I fucking speak to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's because you know me as a person, I know you as a person, and like we have now at the same time, we're not sitting back here and just popping N-words off and being like, like screw them all. But like we also understand that there is a level of when you get to like there's depth to the person, and that's not necessarily just their words.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah, because that's what I'm saying by intent. Like people, the intention behind the word, like her saying gracias was not her ridiculing him for being Spanish or something. It was just like a phrase, like saying thank you, and like it's just not, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just not like like to me, it's just not like offensive. And yeah, it's not my call because I'm not Spanish, but for the most part, I just feel like the intent behind it means something. Like I mean, I'm white. Like nothing you can really say to me is really gonna. I have nothing to be offended by.
You mayonnaise, graham cracker, piece of shit.
Yeah. Graham cracker.
It's white.
They're brown. You look like a graham cracker, kind of.
Cancel.
No, but I just think that the intent is the biggest thing. And like, listen, like, I am one of the most like very open-minded people in the world, and like I can understand that people make mistakes. Like I have no intention. Like yeah, I'm liberal and I'm left and I'm whatever. I have these beliefs and it's very obvious where I stand on like social issues and whatnot. But I'm not for attacking and bringing down other people. Like I want people to just like live in harmony and like together. Like. People make mistakes. With that said, there are mistakes that are unforgivable, and like people should definitely be, feel the repercussions for that. But a lot of the things that we're like going out and choosing and picking to get upset about just aren't worth it in the end, and you can see that because on social media, like people make a big stink about something, and then like 2 days later, like no one cares, and it's like, was that worth ruining someone's life?
But also the what makes the news is the extremists on both ends. Like,
of course,
I'm very well aware that not every single conservative is a racist, gay hating person. But also understand that not every single liberal is this progressive person marching in the street that thinks that Baby Yoda should be canceled because he ate an egg in an episode of The Mandalorian.
Or like demanded that we take Aunt Jemima off the syrup.
I mean, a little different, but...
I'm saying like it's... Okay, like when that happened, it was like, yeah, we take Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben off of the shit. It was like, all right, cool. What the fuck does that change?
That's a different...
No, at the time, like there was things that were going on. It was like, this is not what we're talking about.
Yeah, it was smoke and mirrors to like make it appear like it was doing a lot. I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, like just like maybe just have a conversation with people, just fucking talk, just like, and every person should be required in this country to have one gay kiss, just so you could just connect to people. Like you and I should just make out on camera right now. And Venmo me to get it to happen.
Let's get
6,000 patrons.
We're gonna get to the ads.
Oh.
We're not. No, you're not in charge of any of this Patreon shit anymore because of this fucking chip.
I fucked it up.
I'm not.
Patreon.com/thebasement.
We're gonna get to these ads right after the gay kiss. All right,
we're doing the kiss?
No, we're not.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying like the fact that you were talking about it. All right. So anyway, this week for our fucking ads here, we have Stamps.com. Stamps.com brings the services of the U.S. Postal Service and UPS right to your computer. It is a must if you have like a small business or something like that and you're going to be shipping things out. You can log on to their site and print official U.S. postage 24/7 for any letter, any class of mail or package or whatever. it's just very convenient. You don't have to go to the store and wait in line, be around other people if you don't want to. Like, you just do it. And also you save not only time, but you save money. You get 5 cents off every first class stamp and up to 40% off of priority mail and up to 62% off UPS shipping rates, which is crazy. So you're saving time and money, okay? It's no wonder why over 900,000 small businesses already use Stamps.com. But don't spend a minute of your holiday season at the post office this year. Just sign up at Stamps.com instead. With the promo code BASEMENT, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in BASEMENT. That is Stamps.com, and enter BASEMENT as the code. Next here we have BetterHelp. BetterHelp is online counseling. So if you've been looking to talk to a therapist or anybody looking for some help, you can start communicating in under 48 hours through their site. There's a broad range of expertise, like licensed physicians that specialize in relationships or depression, anxiety, things like that. And like I said, you could start communicating in under 48 hours, and also changing therapists, because that's also part of the process. You want to find someone that you kind of like mesh with, so you can change therapists very easily as well. They make that they facilitate that very easy. Go check out BetterHelp. It's a good place to start. BetterHelp.com/yard to join the over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health, and you will get 10% off of your first month. Again, that is BetterHelp.com/yard. So go check it out. Definitely a helpful thing. Like I'm in therapy, and it's great. I find it to be very helpful. So BetterHelp.com/yard. Next, we have Liquid IV. Liquid IV keeps you healthy, keeps you hydrated, and gives you energy. They have a bunch of different things, but right now it's flu season's right around the corner. With the winter months approaching, okay, you want to have a good immune system. You know what I'm saying? So they have hydration multiplier plus immune support in a cutting-edge blend of vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, and Wellmune in a convenient single-serving packet. You just tear it open, put it in a glass of water, mix it up, drink it. They have really good flavors as well. So it helps boost your immune system. The vitamin C, well known to protect your body and support good health. Vitamin D facilitates immune system function, improves your daily defense. Whatever. I don't even have to go into the whatever. They have really good shit, all right? They have shit that I have, like for the hydration ones, I take a lot when I'm like, I know I'm going to be drinking. I'll take one the night before, and then when I wake up in the morning, so that I'm hydrated, I get, my body has the right nutrients or electrolytes or whatever the hell it is. I don't even know. Forget the science behind it. You'll feel great. Liquid IV, go check them out. They're available at Walmart, or order online to get 25% off. liquidiv.com. Use the code BASEMENT at checkout. That is liquidiv.com. Use the code BASEMENT at checkout for 25% off of your first purchase. Get better hydration today. All right. And lastly here, we have Policy Genius. Okay, so Policy Genius combines a cutting-edge insurance marketplace with help from licensed experts to save their home and auto customers an average of $1,000 a year, and it's really simple to use. All you have to do is head to policygenius.com and answer a few quick questions about yourself and your property, and then they do the rest. They'll compare rates from over 30 top insurers, from Progressive to Nationwide, to find the lowest quotes. So, if you're looking to do that, this is what you want to do. You want to obviously get the lowest quote, so this is what you want to use, Policy Genius. Their licensed experts will look at all the ways to maximize your savings, including bundling your home and auto policies. If they find a better rate than when you're currently paying, then you'll get switched for free. So if you're feeling the pinch during holiday season, because we're going to be spending a lot of money in the next couple of months, find out how much you could save on home and auto insurance at policygenius.com. They save their home and auto insurance customers an average of $1,000 a year by shopping. So Policy Genius, policygenius.com. Go check them out. Okay. I'm out of breath.
You're good at that. You're very good at that.
Am I?
And you say I'm an auctioneer.
Yeah, you're fast.
I'm fast?
That's what you sound like sometimes.
Damn. Do that again.
I talk pretty fast, though,
Do that
too.
again.
When
When you get into it, like before, when you... Oh, my God. When you were going, you're making fun of Native Americans? When you get really into something and it's just like you're on the roll and you don't stop, I sometimes worry if you're gonna take a breath or not.
Yeah, I sometimes it just flows out of me at a speed that is hard to understand sometimes.
Have you ever said to yourself, I have diarrhea of the mouth, I need to shut up more?
No.
I have.
Diarrhea of the mouth?
Yeah. You never heard someone say that?
I have. I just think it's Like when I think of diarrhea, I just feel like
Shit. You think of jinked.
I do, man.
Yeah, it's gross. It's really gross. You ever diarrhea your pants?
What do you mean by that? So
Like,
yeah.
you
Well, yes.
Okay, so then why couldn't you just answer that?
Because anytime that I've shit myself, it's not been because it's a solid shit. You could hold that in.
No, you can't.
I can.
I mean, sometimes.
Dude, the ones that make it out are the ones that are like, you got a bucket or two back here.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like kinetic sand that comes out of you?
Yes.
Ugh.
Well, a little, yeah. Like kinetic sand if you put like a teaspoon of water in it.
Have you ever wanted to see what your butthole looks like when it's going to the bathroom? Have you?
What?
Like, have you ever wanted to see like what it looked like? Maybe put like a camera in the bowl and take it right out. That's what I'm saying. Like, have you ever wondered what it looks like?
Well, I know what that looks like because we watched Two Girls, One Cup recently, and like we saw that butt poop.
Yeah, you still never posted the video of us watching that. But on better, second thought, don't do it.
It's a bad video. It's a lot worse than I thought it was.
I was on my I was streaming like after I spoke about that, and someone told me that apparently one of the girls in that died of dysentery like 2 days later.
That'll do it. I don't know if that's true.
What is dysentery? Like you're
Diarrhea?
dying about it.
Isn't it diarrhea? Am I bugging?
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But like, didn't people back in the day used to just like die from
Oregon Trail,
dysentery?
people were just like getting crushed by dysentery. Let's look it up.
I'm pretty sure it's diarrhea. It's just like a fancy diarrhea.
Let's look it up. A fancy diarrhea.
Yeah, it's a fancy diarrhea. Like you get diarrhea, but you have a British accent. That's dysentery.
Infection of your intestines that causes bloody diarrhea.
Yeah,
So it's an infection.
it's fancy diarrhea.
That's not fancy. Blood doesn't make things fancier.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Not like I'm saying like it's like an elite version.
That's not elite. That's pretty sublete.
No, I mean a diarrhea, and then like a really good diarrhea. If we're talking about bad things, would be something worse than like regular diarrhea, which is like
Disgusting. Why did you start talking about diarrhea?
You
gross
brought up
piece of shit.
dysentery.
I brought up what I believe dysentery was.
You said diarrhea of the mouth. I didn't bring up
I
diarrhea.
brought up because people say sometimes that not you in particular, but they're like, I have diarrhea of the mouth.
1 to 10 Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, that's a solid 8.
It's good, right?
It's really good, dog.
It's nice. It's a little minty for me.
I was watching.
Yo! Do you remember back in the day?
Dude, you scared the shit out of me.
Doesn't matter. Do you remember back in the day when you would get sick and then the doctor would be like, yo, here's this bubblegum medicine. And then you put it in a syringe and shoot it into your mouth like an addict? It was awesome.
Dude, that shit was good.
It was the
like
tastiest. I could drink the
dude,
shit out of it.
I don't know what it was, but it was like sludge. It was fucking amazing.
I couldn't get enough of that medicine.
Dude, now I understand why people take scissor or like cough
Like
medicine.
lean.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
man, that shit was good.
If that bubblegum fucking medicine rolled in here right now, I'm chugging it.
Sign me up.
It was like strawberry milk. It
And
was
I'm pretty
fire.
sure like kid medicine just makes you stronger. Like you can't die from taking too much kid medicine.
I mean, you'd probably get some dysentery or
You
something.
might? You think so? No,
Yeah.
not from kid medicine. If anything, the medicine is doing the opposite of the dysentery.
Well, you can't. You can have too much medicine, and then I don't know what happens.
I mean, you could take like too many pills, but like kids medicine, it's made to be like adorably cute and tasty. I think it is.
Also, like, why were we putting that in like syringes?
I don't know. The whole way of ingestion was weird.
Dude, I remember our friend Ricardo back in the day. He was sick,
Damn,
and he was
RIP.
taking that
Well,
bubble.
no, he's not dead. I don't know why I said R.I.P.
Yeah, he's
R.I.P.
not
to
dead.
our friendship. We
Yeah.
haven't spoken to him in a while.
No, but this kid Ricardo had that fucking pink bubblegum medicine in class, and I remember watching him shoot it into his mouth, and I was so fucking jealous. I was like, oh my god, I
That
hope I
kid
get
had
a
a
cold.
lot that I was very jealous of. He also had the perfect solid iced fucking water bottle with the aluminum foil around it.
Yeah, dude, he kept that shit cold.
Cold as ice, bitch.
Yeah, dude.
I remember
he was a sweaty man too, so I was
He
like,
was.
good for you.
He was sweaty. I remember I went up to him once and he was drinking it. I was like, "You drinking your mom's nipple?" He got up and started walking to the back of the class to tell on me, and I followed him the whole way, like, "Yo, come on, don't tell on me, please, oh my god, please." And he did.
Sucking on your mom's nipple?
Yeah.
Which teacher?
Macchio.
Oh, she fucking beat
Fucking
the shit out of you, probably.
Loaded on me, this woman.
Yo, our second grade teacher one time, like, it was the end of the day. Like, we weren't doing work or anything. And our friend Dennis, who wasn't in our class, was, like, sitting in the back of our class for some reason. And
No, it was like in-house suspension. When they get in trouble in their own class, they go to another class.
oh, is that what it was?
That's what. Yeah, you don't remember
Oh,
that
so
shit?
that makes sense why she was. Because I walked over to him. Because, like, everyone's just out of their seats doing whatever. And I walked over to him. And Miss Macchio came out of nowhere and fucking barked on me like, he's my guest. And I was like, damn, bitch.
Dude, the timbre.
I know this motherfucker.
The timbre in this woman's voice. No one is scarier than like 70 to 80-year-old white women with just white hair. This woman had fucking bass in
Yeah.
those lungs. Let me tell you.
She was scary, man.
She
She
knew
was
how to-
white too as fuck. Like her hair was like milk and her skin was like yogurt.
Dude, it was she was very white.
Yeah.
And not like the white that gets red during the summer. It gets whiter
It just
during
gets
the summer.
white. It gets dry.
It gets whiter during the summer.
It's insane.
I remember as clear as day, like there was one day where I was like sitting next to her and I put my hand on her because I wanted to feel her skin. And it didn't disappoint. It was very weird.
It was like a dead person's skin.
Not really. But by the way, have you ever touched a dead person?
Yeah.
Have you ever done the finger trick?
Yeah.
That's weird, right?
Yo, yeah. So do it.
So if
Finger
there's a
me.
finger trick where you and your friend go like that,
We're going on your camera or mine?
my camera.
Okay.
And well, we're on both right now.
Oh, nice.
Nice. So if you go like this, that's what it feels like
To touch a dead
to
person.
touch a dead person. It's fucked up.
Yeah. So like, if you do what we just did, you have to do it with a buddy. You can't do it yourself. Obviously.
Yeah, if you do it yourself, like
Yeah. This is like you're close to throwing up gang signs now.
Yeah, it's careful.
But if you do it like that, you with your friend, you're gonna do it too. You're gonna find someone to do it, and you go like that. That's what dead people feel
remember
like.
this?
Do I remember that? Yeah, dude.
Dude, it was the first PP I ever saw.
Just kidding me? This is a pussy. Which
No, it's not.
Which like
Which no, it's not.
it's a little more involved.
It's a lot more involved.
It's a dumbed down version of vagina.
If you want to like explain to your kids what a vagina looks like,
Can I say this too?
yes, sir.
Obviously, in your lifetime, you've had your fingers inside of a vagina.
Well,
Do you like? I never know my way around.
no idea where I'm going.
It's like sometimes I run and I'm like, that's like nil. Like it's not just like there's just like I feel like sometimes there's a new bed sheet that's up and I'm like, what is this?
Dude, sometimes you get
Like
in
on
there,
the inside.
and it's like a 13-year-old's bedroom. One morning they wake up and everything's in one spot. The next day, all over the place.
Yeah, like hold on, do you renovated in here?
Dude, and you've got to like, I remember as clear as day when I was like a real young boy. Not like young boy, but like when I first like started like, you know, becoming a sexually active young man. I remember as clear as day being like, what's in here?
Yeah,
Like,
it's so many textures.
there's a lot, and it's like it feels like Ivan Ooze's palm. You know what I mean? Like there's just so much going on in there.
Yeah.
You don't know what's left from right, what's high from low.
Yeah, it's just I just lose sense of direction in there. It's kind of like if I went in there with a compass, I feel like it would just spin.
It's like in the Aliens, you know, like in like
Like a crop circle.
that's what I'm talking
you
about.
walk in a crop circle and it's like microwaves don't work and like weird shit.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that in
Same
a vagina.
like in a vagina, absolutely. Yeah.
If I was in there, because it's like it's warm, it's wet, and like you can you feel around. You're like, all right, it's cool being in here, like cool. But then you know the next day you get in there and then you touch something that you never touched before, and you're kind of like, when did this get? Like, did you move furniture around?
And also, you got to worry about, like, you don't know what you're touching. So, like, this could be, like, it's like the, you know, in, like, fucking bomb movies, how there's, like, 6 wires, and if they accidentally cut the wrong one, you're gone.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're touching. This could either lead to just great happiness, or
Yeah.
you can snip the wrong wire, and
Right.
it can just be boom.
yeah.
It's a dangerous place.
It is. And sometimes it's very hot, and you're like, damn, you might have a fever in here. I don't know.
It's a very warm place.
Sometimes it's like if you were wearing sweatpants the whole day, then you're like, it's kind of you got a fever in here.
Yeah, absolutely. I get that, man. I get that. Sometimes, listen, the warmest part of my body all the time is my grundle. And I could only imagine
hot
if it
down
was
there.
like women's bodies are made to be warm down there because it's like this, like where life begins, you know, from the vagina.
Okay.
So it's like walking into like a nice warm room. Like
Mm-hmm.
when babies are born, it's like you're outside playing, you know, in the snow all
Yeah.
day. You come into the radiated heat.
Yeah, they left it on.
That's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
know, like that's how babies come into this world.
Right. Yeah. The electric bill in there is high.
Very high.
Just leave
Natural
it on.
gas radiator. It's a high. It's a sought out commodity,
Yeah.
but it's probably a high bill.
Right. Yeah. It's probably a high bill, but it's worth it in the end.
I don't know how people still listen to us talk about women's anatomy.
Yo, it's that whole thing just now.
Dude, and you know how fucking
You know what's funny? Like we're being funny about it, but I'm so serious.
there's
about
no
it.
part of me that's like
Like
maybe a little. That's
we're
like joke-
we're dressing it up, but the context of what I'm talking about, like I really do feel that way.
Yeah, no, there.
Like sometimes I'm like, what is going on?
it's really like you know how like there are like artists that like paint pictures of like flowers and like people are like, oh, vagina. It's like everything is vagina. and I
Dude.
just can't figure out how how vagina is everything, you know?
Because it's like it's a hard thing to kind of pin down. Like there's so many different variations, and like, you know, it's like a moon. Like there's just like phases. It changes.
I remember as clear as day. We were in like high school, and there was like a list on the internet that was like the many different types of vaginas, and it was like the California closet. You don't remember this? I gotta look this shit
the
up.
California closet.
Yeah. There was so many, like the many different.
What kind of closets do they got in California?
I assume big ones.
Oh, big closets. I thought you meant just like
The very different types of vaginas.
a New York closet sounds like a small closet.
Got it. So this website, first of all, picture of a fucking that's a gina. Everything is gina.
What is that? Like a
It's
pomegranate?
a grapefruit.
Oh, it's a
pomegranate.
I don't even know what pomegranates look like.
So here are the apparently, according to this website, which I think is from Australia, there's 5 different types. There's Miss Barbie.
Oh, that's just
They
like
even
it's
give
like
you
nothing.
a picture.
Yeah.
It's like it literally just looks like a
A line, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a bird stepped on a pie crust.
Yes, it looks. It looks like an old timey cartoon anchor. Oh my god! This is the least common shape.
Who the pie crust? The Barbie?
The waxers seen as when the labia minora are totally contained within the labia majora.
Yeah, it's all indoors.
Majora's,
Indoor dining.
Majora's mask inside the labia.
Right, indoor dining. That's not allowed now.
Okay, so then there's Mrs. Puffs, which now this one looks like there was a little sneeze, a little hiccup, like a. You know what I'm saying?
Can I see?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's a little more rounded.
Oh, it's yeah. It's
This is what I believe would be more.
it's like it's a thicker.
Not thicker, but there's just
Puffier.
like it's a little bingo, a little puffier.
Yeah.
And then there's Miss Curtains.
Miss curtains.
That looks. I mean, look, they're all beautiful, but like that,
Can I see?
I don't know what I'm looking at. I think that's when things are like kind of like.
That looks like when a river's like getting into the.
That's like when someone wears a robe outside the house. You know what I mean? Like,
Can I see that again? I need to get closer. Miss curtains.
get a look. Get a better look at
Yeah,
that.
there's some stuff. Oh, it says descriptions when the labia minora.
Mm-hmm.
Menorah. Oh my God, it's getting a little Jewish in there.
It's very Jewish in there.
The labia minora extends past the labia majora. This is like Big Dipper, Little Dipper, sticking out either a little or a lot. So, I think that the Miss Curtains thing, there's a big scale on that. Because I would say most of the vaginas I've seen, it's not like, you know, I can't see anything here. You know, the bird stepping on the pie crust thing,
Bingo,
I think
yeah.
is rare.
Yeah. Then there's the Miss Horseshoe. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. But again,
That just looks like a thumb war.
that does look like a thumb war.
That one I don't.
Yeah, that does. That looks like 2 8th graders battling over, you know, who gets first in the lunch line.
Yeah.
And then the Miss Tulip, which I think is a little bit of a combination of everything.
You know what? I go back. That's the one that I think is the most common.
Yeah, I think the Miss Tulip is the most common.
Yeah.
Um,
Because it kind of just looks like a. This is when I've said this before. It
looks like this.
It looks like a sideways macaroon.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly like that.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that.
They're all beautiful.
Either way, honestly, none of it is a deterrent.
I will say it is not a coincidence that everything in this world, in one way or another, looks like a vagina. Fruit, a lot of times looks like a vagina.
Not bananas.
Trees sometimes look like a vagina. You know, but like the best fruit. Apples, oranges, peaches, nectarines, sometimes plums.
What is a nectarine? It's an orange, right?
It's like a mix between a peach and a plum, I think. I don't know.
It's no plum.
It's like a mix. There's different types of plums.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I've ever had a plum.
They're good.
They're
good.
juicy.
They're fucking sexy.
They're juicy, right? I've
Dude.
seen you eat a plum, and it's like a sexual
You've seen
experience.
me eat a plum?
Yeah, like you had them at lunch. I feel like, and growing up, you like ate a plum, and I was like, damn, dude.
I mean, I remember when I was in college, there was like a English lit literature. I can't even say lit anymore because people think like turn up.
Oh.
That read a poem and it was called like Peaches, and it was like the most sexually driven thing I'd ever heard of because it was just about biting into a peach.
Yeah.
It's like voluptuous, juicy
And
drip.
spilling out all over the dock.
Yeah, but like flowers look like vaginas. You know, everything in this world is vaginas, and vaginas are everything.
I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Bingo.
To be honest with
I'm
you.
a fucking art. I am a great person with words. I just shot myself in the foot there.
Yeah, you did. Needed a thesaurus for that one.
Yeah, you know, it happens. I'm not perfect, but, you know, I do, I do what I can. I do.
Oh man. I mean, just so everyone knows, like we're adding, as you can see, we keep adding to
Yeah.
the set here. We're adding more stuff behind Frankie. I have some stuff coming in, but it's gonna look really nice, and we're really happy with the way the show's looking, and we appreciate all of our patrons. We're over 5,000 now. I think like close to 5,150 at the moment, which is crazy.
I'll tell you right now what the number is, if you really want to know as a recording.
Why are you talking like that and touching me?
Well, you know, I love to touch you.
So we really appreciate all the support.
Thank you, guys.
For the show, and you know, we're trying to make the best product possible.
5151 as of recording today.
5151, and you know,
That's a hot number.
it's a hot number. We're well over the 5,000 mark that I had set for Christmas, and at the time when I said that, I was like, I think it's doable, but it's like gonna be hard, and we just crushed it. So we appreciate all you guys.
You guys apparently like our pain because of that one chip challenge thing, which you're still very mad at me about.
I am.
Which I get. Hey, man.
I am not even kidding. Like, there's times where I'm having a good day and I'm like, you know, laughing or whatever, and then I think about it and I'm like, this is gonna happen.
Well, put it like this. It'll be. Are you getting a phone call?
Yeah.
Who is it? Anyone good?
No.
I wish it was our Spanish friend. But what I'm saying is like I lost my train of thought. Oh, it'll be over soon. We just have a cup of milk here. We'll be good. We'll be good to go. We'll do it. We'll be good. We'll be all right. We're doing it after Thanksgiving, so we don't fucking lose our taste buds like come Thanksgiving. So it's gonna be good. That will only be on the Patreon, and also that one that we recorded last time, the songs.
Oh.
That's an all-timer.
Yeah.
That is a fucking all-timer.
Yeah.
You want to see two grown men talk about music?
Yeah. We did like the bracket for like the best karaoke song of all time. A lot of singing. And I was hitting notes.
Dude, very impressed. very
I was hitting
impressed. Is there one song that you think you like when you sing? You're like, yo, I do pretty well with this one.
Sunday Morning.
Yeah.
By Maroon 5.
Yeah?
The only reason why I think that is because I was drunk as shit at a karaoke bar, and
I'm not saying karaoke. I'm saying normal day to day. Like, is there one song that you sing where you're like,
no, I don't sing it every day, but I'm saying like that's the song that I'm like I feel like I can hit that one.
give me a little,
I'm not gonna do
a little
that.
baby.
No.
Sunday morning rain is fall. I lost it. I lost it. You see, this is kids. Don't grow old. This is what happens to you. You fucking lose your voice. Yeah, I do that with the Hamilton soundtrack.
Don't.
I'm not
I
gonna
hear it enough.
I'm not gonna, but I'm
From you.
saying like with You'll Be Back with the King song, I crush that. You
It's a
know,
good song.
But I nail it. I absolutely nail it. You know what I was thinking about that though? How does a bastard orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman, dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by poverty and squalor? All right, I'm done.
Okay. Where can they find you, Frank?
Oh, we're done?
Yeah.
No. Really?
I can't wait for the day that you stop doing that.
It'll never come because I enjoy every single waking fucking second with you.
Okay.
FAlvarez8085 on Twitter. And if you want to come
Funny Bone.
play video games with me on Twitch, Monday and Tuesday nights, and third Thursday of every month we do a subscriber-only stream, twitch.tv/FAlvarez8085. And then the Frank Alvarez on Instagram and Cameo. And, yeah.
You guys can go follow me at Joe Santagato on everything, and also go follow the show at The Basement Yard on TikTok and Instagram. And again, thank you to our patrons. If you want to support the show by going to patreon.com/The Basement Yard, we really appreciate it. You get every episode a week in advance, and you get an extra episode every single week. And that is all. See you guys next time.
Ha!